During the global flood. Russ Miller. Chapter 1. We're losing them. Consider these statistics. It is estimated at the time of this writing that in England, formerly a Christian-based nation, only 5% of the British attend a Christian church. It is predicted that in 25 years, less than 1% of the British will be attending a Christian church. This trend is continuing across the Atlantic. In the United States of America, founded by predominantly Christian men and women on predominantly Christian principles, only 38% of Americans now attend a Christian church on a regular basis. That number is projected to shrink to only 15% of Americans attending a Christian church in 2035. A generation of 20 to 30-year-olds has abandoned the church. Studies reveal that 71% of children raised in Christian homes will leave the church the day they move out of their parents' house. That count rises to 85% by the time they turn 20 years of age. A survey of 20 to 30-year-olds who regularly attended Sunday school as children revealed that a whopping 40% had their first doubts about God and His Word while attending middle school. By the time they graduated from high school, that number had climbed to 90%. Yes, 90%. The most frightening statistic? The more churched a child is, the more likely he or she will be to leave the church. It turns out that the very things we hope will keep kids in church, such as Sunday school, vacation Bible school, church camps, and retreats, are just not working. Why is the church losing its children and downtrending so swiftly today at a time when the world needs Jesus Christ more than ever? For all the upbeat music and praise bands, the small group, We've Got Your Needs Covered ministries, the state-of-the-art buildings, sound systems, parking lots, and coffee cafes, we're still losing them. Add in the Sunday school hour, children's churches, and finely arrayed classrooms with teacher-friendly curriculum, over-the-top summer camps, exotic mission trips, one-on-one mentoring, and fun-filled vacation Bible schools, and we're still losing them. And let's not forget the multi-billion-dollar Christian industry that offers music, DVDs, concerts, books, seminars, retreats, conferences, radio programs, and TV shows. Yet we are still losing them. It doesn't seem to matter if you are a seeker-friendly, Bible-thumping, conservative, or liberal-minded church. Your kids are walking out the door, and the vast majority is not coming back. In the book of Matthew, there is a series of parables that focus on the sowing of the Word of God, or as Jesus puts it in Matthew chapter 13, verse 19, the Word of the Kingdom. This is the first time parables are mentioned in the New Testament. Jesus gives the parable of the sower in Matthew chapter 13, verses 1 through 9, and the parable of the wheat and tares in Matthew chapter 13, verses 24 to 30. These are followed by the parable of the mustard seed in Matthew chapter 13, verses 31 and 32, which is followed by the parable of the leaven in Matthew chapter 13, verse 33. Jesus provides detailed explanations of both the parable of the sower and the parable of the wheat and tares to his disciples, which gives these two even further weight. Why would Jesus begin his parable ministry with these particular examples? I believe it is because Jesus wants us to realize that the minute the Word of God is presented, it will come under immediate and constant attack from the enemy. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of these parables. In fact, I use the parable of the sower extensively in my live service messages and seminars. Matthew chapter 13, verses 3 through 9. Behold, a sower went forth to sow, and when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But other fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, and some 30-fold. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. However, for